What's up, guys? Blue Hell TV here. Seamus here with Ian and Christian. Don't know where Austin is today.
MIA this week.
No one really cares.
Probably sleeping. It's about 1 o'clock right now, but
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah. I stayed up till about 8, sucking at FIFA.
Well, we got some transfer news for you guys today, but first, the MLS, the new sporting
Yeah,
was released.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
Yeah,
I like
All
it.
black. Ooh, it looks sleek. It looks
Yeah,
good.
it's Ilya.
Ilya leaking it.
Leaking it.
Thanks, Ilya.
We're good looking out.
But yeah, also Ike's tweet Instagram was pretty funny about him being, I think, like the Black Knight, maybe. So that one was. Let me find it here.
Yeah, like every.
The real Dark Knight. So
I'd rather have Ike than Batman in any case.
Yeah.
Any situation.
Yeah.
Batman has never had a shutout in the MLS, so that's all I gotta say.
And have we ever seen Batman and Ike in the same room?
Holy crap.
Just a theory. I'm just throwing it out there. Might need some confirmation from Ike.
Well, yeah, the players are having fun with that. The team having fun with it. Looks like a nice jersey. I'll probably be getting one pretty soon.
Pretty soon.
Yeah, for sure.
But next thing we want to talk about is Sporting KC just announced Felipe Gutierrez.
Yeah, big signing.
Yeah.
Very
Huge
big
signing.
signing. Yeah, he's got, 35 caps for Chile. Played in the Euros, World Cups. He's
Played the
got
Copa.
a lot of experience.
Yeah.
Played on the 2015 Copa winning
Yeah,
team.
yeah.
2014.
Yeah, not Euros, sorry. I said the Euros Copa, wow.
2014, he played all 4 games with Chile in the World Cup.
Yeah, it's massive.
And I think he could have the most experience out of almost everybody on the roster.
You look at where he's been. Really started at FC 20.
Well, yeah.
Good club.
He had a great career first in Chile, but just
And then he
hometown guy,
he went there, and then he goes to
That's
Real
it.
Betis.
Yeah.
Great, always a solid Spanish league team where you're playing against Ronaldo, Messi, Suarez, Neymar. These players, he's got that level of experience that is just unmatched at Sporting.
And when he was with FC 20, he won the Eredivisie Player of the Year.
Yeah.
So, he's the most valuable player.
It's
So,
okay.
that league has seen many great players go on it.
My only concern is last year he was out at Internacional on loan.
Yeah.
Brazilian league, it's tough, it's hard, but it's not quite the same level. Maybe it shows that he was dropping in form in recent years, so they loaned him out somewhere where he could stand out. Either way, he's going to be a great player for SKC.
Yeah.
There's some questions now, though.
Yeah, there are a lot of questions.
We have Ilya.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Just brought in Johan. Just brought in Gutierrez. Where's that leave
Still
Roger?
have Roger. Yeah, still. Man, that's tough.
Let us know down below who you
Absolutely.
think the 3 will be. We know Vermes probably won't switch out of his 4-3-3. He's been
No,
running
yeah.
that forever. So
It's going to switch how the 4-3-3 works now, though.
yeah,
Because it used to just, I guess last season, Ilya was holding. Roger was, he was a bit more defensive, but he box to box, And then there was Benny, who would be more attacking creative. Now, if Johan is living up to his hype, he's got that creative push forward, so he's going to be in that attacking mid role.
Yeah.
Now we're left with 3 solid midfielders, and where do we play them? And who plays? It's going to be tough.
You'd like to think that Gutierrez plays.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, he's a designated player. You don't bring players in, pay him this much money to do. Sporting has, and the Wizards have done it before by bringing these guys in, but
if you're looking at it just based off experience and how good the players are, you start Espinosa and Gutierrez.
Yeah.
Just simply based off their careers.
Yeah.
But Ilya played so well last year.
And Ilya has something that the other guys don't. The other guys like the free roaming,
Yeah.
They like to be able to go up and back, do what they want to do. Ilya will sit back and just play right in front of
Direct the game.
Yeah. And just, kind of mirrored another guy we'll talk about later, Yuri Rosell, and just sit back, great defensive player, and then just play the ball around, direct the players where to go.
Yeah.
Roger isn't a great passer of the ball. Gutierrez, I was looking at some of his highlights. He's a good passer, but I don't see him wanting to stick back.
No,
It just
not at
changes
all.
to 4-3-3.
Yeah.
I saw all his highlights, and every one of them, he was like up top next to the goal.
Yeah,
so he
yeah.
was pressing to attack like,
Yeah.
every time.
But yeah, it'll be
very interesting.
It'll be interesting. Hopefully,
Excited to hear what other
we can
people
watch
have to
some of
say.
the preseason and see what
Yeah.
how the
Yeah.
players mold together.
Yeah.
Maybe we can play more players than the other team. I don't know. We'll add
It is an option.
without maybe don't say anything. Just throw a few people out there. See if the ref notice.
Could be an option.
Just if you're listening, Vermees.
Just think about it.
Then we could add that third winger too. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Felipe Gutierrez, hopefully a big signing for Sporting. Let's move on to a couple more transfers and signings and trades around the league.
Yeah. I mean, there's been a lot of big transfers this year. I feel like that's something that hasn't really been a major part of the MLS.
Yeah.
This year was huge. You have great players going to other teams. You have great players in the MLS leaving the MLS.
Yeah.
But then you have great players coming in too. So it's just kind of this weird. Okay, now it's kind of starting to pick up, and we're starting to see talent. And like, I don't know. It's exciting.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
It'll be and it'll create a lot more competition. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Should we just jump right in with some of the big names? I guess.
Yeah, we
from
can.
the MLS.
I mean, do we want to start with a couple ex-Sporting players?
Yeah. Let's do that. I mean, Mikey Lopez
Yeah, Mikey Lopez.
Get on.
doesn't seem to be panning out.
Nah.
No.
Went to. I mean, he didn't play a whole lot for us.
No.
Did all right.
Did okay. Went to New York City.
He played pretty well there,
Yeah.
but they just have so many people.
Yeah.
They're stacked.
Especially
Getting more players.
When his competition was Pirlo for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pirlo's kind of good.
Yeah.
Beans.
Beans, oh.
Good old McNamara. Other guys like that who just played so well
Mix,
this year.
even.
Yeah, Mix.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mikey has now gone to San Antonio in the USL.
He's still young.
Yeah.
He's still young.
I mean,
Gives
it's
him
not
time
like
to develop.
it's not like his career's over.
No,
it's
not
just
at all.
like
Detour.
he's not. He's not going to be Ronaldo. Like, but he can be a
Very
solid
true.
player.
Let's see, who else was there? We had
Ziza was picked up by Atlanta.
Mhm.
Don't see him playing at all.
no. There was also that weird deal that we had with Atlanta. Apart from him, where
It was the
it was Oliveira and Tyler Pasher.
to not even.
They were mostly Swope players, but they had a few caps for Sporting. I never remember seeing them.
And we brought in who?
And then
Kenwin Jones.
Kenwin Jones, who retired.
Well, Kenwin Jones was retired before this trade happened. He just had time left on his contract, so I think they were just trying to get rid of the money aspect of his contract.
And then Alexander Tambakis, another keeper.
Yeah,
Which
but
Just-
has he been anywhere with the team yet?
no, haven't heard a peep from him. But I guess the good news for him was that we actually today just the Rapids got Dijkstra.
Oh, they did.
Yep, that just happened a couple hours ago. They Dijkstra in exchange for a 2020 Super Draft pick.
Okay.
Which Sporting seems to be putting a lot of faith. Not even Sporting, the entire MLS seems to be putting a lot of faith into this Super Draft.
I've noticed that a lot this year.
Well, I think a lot of it could also be the money aspect of it. You don't have to pay.
Getting him off payroll.
Yeah, you get him
free
off
him
payroll for
salary.
1 year, and then when you bring in a drafted player in any league or American league, their contracts are much lower. Because you're not just losing this year. I mean, you're not just gaining money this year. You're also gaining money then, and you can always just send the guy to.
That's kind of
Swope Park
the problem with it, though. Where it's like now it's business.
Yeah.
Like, not that it's not in every league, but now it's more like, oh, well, we're getting rid of them, freeing it up for a future draft pick, just so we can have more salary over the
Yeah.
next 2 years,
Yeah.
rather than, oh, we want to get that player because he's going to develop. You know, you get
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
in the
that's
super
true.
draft, but
Yeah.
like it's a bit funky.
Yeah, but
Yeah, who else was there? John Kempin.
John Kempin, yeah, he went
Boy.
from
Yeah.
the LA Galaxy to the Crew,
Mm-hmm.
who will still go #save the Crew.
Yeah. No, he's still young.
Yeah,
He's been in the sporting academy and in the team and on and off for sporting. He was
Yeah.
there for a long time, and he's only 24. He's been there since 2010,
yeah,
and he's only 24. So I mean, he's still young, still promising. I think he played mostly for Galaxy second team.
yeah,
Or,
he
yeah,
played a
kind of-
couple games. I think did he come in last year against Sporting? I think Diop maybe went down.
I don't remember.
I
But
don't know if he actually
Yeah.
came in, but I know the crowd was chanting for him.
Yeah.
Everybody's excited to see him back.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. Well, his whole trade from Galaxy to Crew
well,
seemed a bit
it doesn't really make sense.
No.
The Crew also have Zach Steffen,
Mm.
great keeper, played for Maryland, went overseas, didn't really turn out as much over
Yeah.
there. He's played with the youth national team forever, played with the U.S. national team, same game Ike played.
yeah.
Yeah, did great too.
Yeah, I don't see.
Well, the thing is, I don't think they're bringing just on how this whole deal was.
Yeah.
They traded Kempin to Crew for a 4th round pick in this year's draft. That's
That's pretty low.
yeah. It's just kind of like like take it.
Yeah.
Like it just maybe a backup for Crew.
Yeah, backup. I mean, still has the chance.
Yeah,
to have
still-
keepers last.
Still
year.
got faith in your boy, but
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah.
Hope he pans out.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a solid keeper.
No, yeah,
He's a good player, and it's just maybe just hasn't quite made it yet. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
And then the last ex-Sporting player that we're going to talk about is Yuri Rizal. This one, I know Orlando is very excited to get him. Ex-Sporting player helped us to the 2013
Yeah.
MLS Cup. Ex-Barca Academy player.
Mhm.
He still, I think, holds records for most passes in the game, most touches in the game, most.
Involved.
He is that Ilya,
Yeah.
except for
Well, he went to Sporting Lisbon.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's a very good team to
Yeah,
get to.
exactly.
Champions League contending team
Yeah.
every year. That's a lot of experience there as well coming back to MLS.
yeah. So
Interesting.
that'll be and they just lost. I mean, Kaká retired. So
Yeah. True.
Other center mids coming in. But now, do we want to get to some of the?
Yeah. Let's hit the rest of the MLS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So first guy we want to talk about is Chris Pontius.
He's been an MLS veteran.
Yeah. Like MLS All-Star.
Yeah.
Never really broke into what people thought his potential
No.
would be, but I mean, still a good player regardless.
Yeah.
He ended up going to LA.
Yeah, Galaxy.
Yep.
Not FC.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we gotta think about that.
Oh my gosh.
But that's a free transfer.
Yep.
Um,
Went from the Union to there.
yeah.
Galaxy kind of fell apart over the
Yeah.
past year. I mean, like not all the way,
I
but
think they were almost one of the worst teams. In the
Yeah.
league.
and it just
Which
it was shocking.
It was surprising. They
Yeah.
had the Dos Santos brothers. You had Alessandrini. You had
I mean,
Ashley
Zardes.
Cole, Zardes.
Yeah.
And then their center backs, they had I forget the guy's name, but he was a Belgian player, I ended up leaving.
Wasn't
Uh,
yeah.
really tall guy. He looked like
God, what was his name?
Really
Wow.
Belgian.
They call him-
Fellaini.
Yeah.
everybody made fun of him saying he kind of looked like Wardor.
I mean, but either way,
But yeah, they had a
solid,
good team.
solid team, and just
I know.
Yeah.
What was it, like 2 years ago, everybody was afraid to play them.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
last year it just wasn't the same.
And then, but yeah, so maybe experience, kind of
Bringing in a
veteran
couple
coming
players,
in,
Yeah.
knows how the MLS really works and plays. So, I mean, good good free signing,
Yeah,
to say the least.
Oh yeah.
So we talked about Mikey,
yeah.
but Mix.
Nice.
This was weird.
This
was so weird.
Well, one, he hasn't played many
No,
games.
he was on loan last year.
Yeah, he was just. I mean, he hasn't really done anything.
No.
He disappeared from the United States. Disappeared from New York
And
City.
he had like a shot, and then kind of didn't make it. Well,
it quit soccer.
Well, people are. I mean, he's kind of a weird guy. I don't know if you remember a couple of years ago, he was tweeting out like poems and stuff. Just in the middle, and people are like, "What is this?" But
Who are you?
but yeah, and then all of a sudden we see a tweet from him, Man City.
Yeah.
In a Man City.
Yeah,
Like,
that was.
well,
I thought it was fake, honestly.
yeah.
Like I didn't know.
We know that New York City and Man City are tied.
Yeah.
So, what the rumor is that Man City did it to free up money
Okay.
for New York City. So they were just doing them a favor by signing him. Man City, he will never play.
Well, he went-
They will sell him as soon as they can. Yeah,
He's practicing with.
he's potentially on loan
Yeah.
to IFK Göteborg, who he was there last year on loan,
Yeah.
and our rivals, by the way, our Swedish rivals. Oh, and so for anybody who doesn't know that, what was it, last year or 2 years ago?
Because this last year.
Last year, there was a ranking of all the teams in the world. We were 335. IFK Göteborg was 334. And then it was just some fan tweeted out. He just tweeted at them, like, we're coming for you. You're Swedish rivals. And then they just, like, went back and forth, and now
The college
big rivalry. Yeah, the Cauldron did it, and they were saying, some of the Göteborg players are saying, like, it's fun to have this rivalry. Also, we'd love to come to the U.S. on a holiday. And, so.
And then another player practicing with him is
Yeah.
Jack McInerney, another just career MLS guy.
Yeah.
He's got potential. I mean, I think a couple U.S. national team call
Shots,
ups, but never really panned out.
Yeah,
But
he's just on trial there as well.
yeah,
They're just seeing.
they're practicing
yeah.
on the team right now. They're in the middle of their season, so it'll be hard to
Yeah,
just
that's true.
pick somebody up and just throw them straight
That's
into
true. I wonder how that works also, since the transfer window's ended.
Yeah,
Literally
but they're both
everywhere else in the world, but like.
well, they're both they're not officially signed with the team, so they.
Oh, that's true. Oh, so it'd just be. Well, no, mixes.
Oh yeah, mixes.
So I don't really know how that
He
works.
could be. They could have loaned him.
It could,
anytime,
yeah.
but I
Maybe
think
something
Jack
like that.
McInerney's just
Could just be like a.
unsigned. So
It could just be like a. I don't even know, like a covenant on their contract. It's like,
Yeah.
if he doesn't actually work out, he's just going back to you guys.
yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. But
Big
another,
one for the U.S. Bill Hamid.
Bill Hamid, another experienced MLS player.
And he's still
just-
fairly young.
Yeah,
So
he is.
been.
He's been playing forever. How is he
Yeah.
still young?
But yeah, he DC United to FC Midtjylland.
The midgets.
I don't know how to
fully
see
say
that.
it,
There were
but-
no fouls in that goddamn game.
But that's a big team. They played United in Europa last year, wasn't it? And,
Yeah.
you know that? I don't even know what to say about it. Maybe he'll have another shot at
Yeah.
Europa.
And good for him for the U.S. national team. I
Yeah.
mean, there's no way Howard lasts another 4 years.
No.
Guzan,
Guzan's already on his way out.
Ramondo, no.
Yeah.
So you're looking at guys like
Unfortunately.
Zach Stefan,
Tamilia.
and some guys like Bill Hamid.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's weird because Hamid, he's had a couple shots with the U.S.
Yeah.
And to think he's been playing the MLS for 9 years, and he's,
still-
what, 27? 28? Something
so
like that?
Still fairly young.
Yeah. And keepers are always, or typically a bit older.
Yeah.
Keepers can play until, late 30s,
Okay.
40 even.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're really good.
Like a fine bottle of wine.
Like a fine bottle of wine. Bill Hamid.
He also just does not look 27.
No, he looks old.
He looks like a dude that's has kids.
Yeah,
Like,
has
has 20-year-old kids who are also freak athletes or something.
Another one. Giles Barnes.
Yeah, he went. I mean, it's with Orlando.
Yeah, I feel like he had a lot of promise, but
Well, at Houston, I mean, he showed his
Yeah.
athleticism and showed what he can do. But then he never really, he's another guy.
where do you go after? He went to Vancouver after that.
Yeah, he
And-
kind of bounced around.
Yeah, and then was okay at Orlando the past season.
Yeah.
No, he's one of those players that will always be scary.
Yeah.
You know, attacking third when he's getting up, he's rapid,
Yeah.
and he just
Strong, fast.
he just brings that aspect into the game that he's going down to Mexico to play at Leon now.
Yeah.
That was the
so
transfer.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah, see how he fares there because I mean, Mexican league is just rougher than the MLS.
Yeah.
Not in terms of athleticism or anything,
Yeah.
because obviously the MLS places a great deal on athleticism, but there are wild tackles.
Yeah.
Everyone there is just nails. They're all wanting to just crunch, and a player like that, likes to get around people and likes to,
Yeah.
a little bit of flair, but is just using his pace. Oh, he's gonna get whacked. Next transfer is another solid international player,
Yeah.
Christian
Christian
Bolaños.
Bolaños went from Vancouver to Deportiva Saprissa, who
Just is his boyhood club. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
he started
it's
there.
a good team. They play
Yeah.
us a couple times in CONCACAF
Yeah.
Champions League. I mean, they're always in it.
I think they won it.
Yeah.
They won the CONCACAF. What would it have been 3 or 4 years ago?
That's a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was a
He's a very experienced player.
Yeah.
Again, plays with the Costa Rica national team. It could be.
he does well there too.
Yeah, it's a World
He
Cup
stands
year
out.
again, so maybe he's going home to kind of
Oh yeah,
get prepared and get ready
Could
for
be.
Vancouver is it's a good team, but it's not really a team that.
yeah, and also cutting out half of his season
Yeah.
with the World Cup. Not half, but a month or two of
Yeah.
the season with him getting ready for the World Cup, going and then coming back, needing some time to recover. It's a lot. It's a big ask
Yeah.
when also the middle of our season is the middle of the summer.
Which is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough, but I mean, he does well with Costa Rica. Interesting that he's going back to a Costa Rican club. Maybe he just missed home, but he started there, bounced around, went back there, did 2 seasons at MLS, did all right. He plays well with Costa Rica, I feel like,
Yeah,
and then
plays
he
well.
just went back, so could just be missing home, maybe one of
Yeah.
those things.
Next one is an interesting player who's linked all around the world,
Yeah,
really.
yeah, he was.
David Akam,
Yeah.
from Ghana, played with the Chicago Fire, was a great player with the Chicago Fire.
Yeah,
scored a lot of goals.
Absolutely.
But he's going to Philadelphia.
Yeah. Philly just lost Pontius.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
so he was probably that.
I mean, it's just, he's been linked,
Yeah, with
teams
with
in Europe.
yeah, with better teams.
Yeah, and with, Philadelphia. He's a player that wanted out of Chicago.
Yeah.
Chicago played well this year.
Mhm. It feels like he wanted
Kind
out
of
of the
just a weird
MLS.
situation,
Yeah,
yeah.
it just kind of
Didn't work out.
yeah, it didn't work out. He had a good career Fire.
Yeah.
He's a winger, he's very pacey.
Yeah.
He 78 games and he scored 33 goals. As a winger, that's pretty solid. A 30-year games you're scoring in.
And he got sent off a lot.
Yeah.
Also impressive.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of
It's a
weird
weird
one.
one.
We'll have to wait at.
Yeah.
and
Hopefully he's not
maybe him and
discouraged.
CJ will have that.
Well, him and CJ.
That's who he really wanted.
Yeah.
He doesn't care about the club. He just wants CJ.
CJ, come back, please.
Yeah, I want CJ.
Next one.
Perry Kitchen.
One of those fringe players.
Yeah, he was.
A little bit for the U.S.
Yeah,
he was just on and off.
He was supposed to be one of the guys to come in.
Yeah.
And then he went overseas
Mhm.
and just didn't turn out like
No.
people thought he would turn out.
No.
Now he's back with the Galaxy. I think the Galaxy are really trying to.
Yeah, they're really trying to
Yeah.
improve from last season and whatever happened there. And it was weird because, even just 3 or 4 years ago, maybe 5, when they had Donovan and Bex and these players, it's
Robbie Keane.
Yeah, Robbie Keane. And it's just now that they're with one of the worst seasons they've ever had.
What's weird is they have maybe it's like a different. Beckham obviously is probably one of the most internationally known players.
Yeah,
of all time.
absolutely.
But the Dos Santos brothers for our region, those guys should be bringing in almost anybody that.
Yeah, they're great players too. Dos
They
Santos
both
brothers. They're both high-level players, national team players from Mexico.
Yeah, and then Alessandrini's another guy who comes in, and then
what happened to them?
I don't know.
Looks like they're trying to turn it around.
All right, another big signing for the Galaxy, or trade, I guess you could say, is Ola Kamara. This was an interesting one. Ola Kamara, Zardes.
I think it's good for Galaxy.
Yeah.
It's definitely good for Galaxy. Zardes has been underperforming.
Yeah.
He had a good shot, got injured.
Kind of moved around.
Yeah, maybe didn't get quite all the way back to where he was at. And then...
Yeah, he went from playing up top, where he wants to play.
Yeah, playing great up top, too.
To playing a winger, to even moving back to playing like a midfielder, and then even moving back even more, playing outside back. When obviously he doesn't want to play any of that.
That's hard to do. Obviously you're going to want to play, right? But as somebody who's been a striker and then transitioned to a winger,
well, also had success as a striker.
Success
it wasn't
in that position. It's not that he wasn't making it, so now we're going to find out what his true position is. No, he was doing well.
Yeah.
Got a shot at the U.S. national team. They played him out wide.
Yeah.
You're not going to start Zardes over, Altidore, Dempsey, Jordan Morris, Bobby Wood. They all bring a different style.
Yeah.
And I don't think Zardes at striker fits the U.S. national team style.
Yeah.
But, play him out wide, I think maybe not the best thing for him. And now suddenly, you're going at fullback.
Yeah.
Oof, that's tough. That is tough on any player.
One move away from keeper.
Zardes for keeper.
But yeah, then the Galaxy bring in Ola Kamara, who has played very well recently.
Yeah.
Season.
Yeah. Scored a lot of goals, shows his true. Big player, strong, athletic. Scored against Sporting last year.
Don't like him.
Yeah, I respect him. I don't like him.
Really living up to the Kamara name of the goal.
Oh.
Who? Kai Kamara?
Next transfer, Kai Kamara.
Went from New England to Vancouver. It's an interesting one.
It is interesting.
Vancouver, like we said earlier, they'll get rid of Bolaños. They're not the same.
Yeah. Not the same position or style, even, but
they're both attacking players. They need somebody to come in and be an attacking player since they lost him.
Yeah, and great signing.
Yeah, great signing.
Kai, he continues to perform.
He's getting old.
He's getting older, but it doesn't really matter, does it? If he's playing well.
No, you'd think every year he's going to drop off.
Yeah,
it continues.
Yeah,
you're just wondering when it's going to happen.
Yeah.
You're like
2 years ago, made the All-Star game, played well in the All-Star game.
Oh yeah, he was so good.
He
was so good.
And
he went on a 4-game stretch where he scored 6 goals, and it was just it looked effortless to him.
Yeah,
it was he's just so natural.
And he had problems with Columbus and Higuain.
Yeah.
Yep. So he leaves, goes to New England. I don't know if he ever really felt at home with New England.
He still did well.
Yeah.
He still did well, but it wasn't the same Kamara that we saw when he was at Sporting.
So,
come home.
Oh, I take that.
So, with Vancouver, hopefully that'll be big.
Yeah, be a big bump for them.
And then
Portland lost a couple players.
They did.
They lost some key players too.
Yeah. Darren Mattox. Not as big as another player they lost that we'll talk about later, but still pretty big.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jamaican international.
Just,
yeah,
he's
a good player.
Yeah, he's a great player and was pretty key to Portland's team.
Yeah.
Lost him, he's going to DC.
Yeah.
DC, I don't even know what to expect now.
I don't either. It's going to be a weird...
that doesn't seem like a great fit either.
No.
Be interesting to see
I don't
how
know.
it
Yeah,
pans
we'll
out.
just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
But a player that they lost that was much bigger,
Yeah.
Darlington Nagbe.
That's huge.
That is.
I'm surprised he didn't go overseas anywhere.
Nah, I am too. He was linked.
Yeah, he was linked.
So many teams.
Yeah, and he played well, not only in the MLS, but the U.S. national team, too. Watching their games, despite how the U.S.'s run for the World Cup went, him and Pulisic, just about every time they played, looked like they were, some games the only players trying. But in other games, they just always seemed to be working.
Yeah.
Whether or not they had an incredible game, they didn't give up. And you see players like Dempsey and Altidore, obviously their striker says a bit different, but Dempsey and Altidore lose the ball and they're just like, all right, and start walking back.
Yeah,
and
wait for the next possession.
Yeah.
Kind of give up on it all.
Yeah, you saw that a little bit with the U.S. team in general during the World Cup qualifying. But
I think Nagbe was one of those guys that had something to prove.
Oh yeah,
So
absolutely.
it's
He had the fire.
and he always plays like that. He's been playing like that for his whole career.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully he continues to perform with the U.S. But
I'd like to see him go
that'll be an
overseas.
interesting one. Yeah,
He's one of the players I'd like to see.
Atlanta's
leave
going to be a
MLS.
good team.
Yeah. Going to Atlanta, that's a good
Yeah,
team.
you got Guzan, Garza, you have Almiron,
It's going to be
Assad. Yeah, they have a great team. So that'll be, they're going to be an interesting team to
frightening.
Yeah. Could be,
Big year for Atlanta.
yeah, big year for Atlanta. There's another team that could have a big year too, Toronto. They just had one of the best years in MLS history.
Yeah.
Keeping guys like Josie, Giovinco, Michael Bradley.
Yeah.
And then they add maybe the most experienced player now in the league,
Yeah.
Gregory Vanderbilt.
Yeah. Well, maybe not most experienced player in the league. Because
Well,
when you think of like Lampard and Pirlo,
Now.
Now, absolutely.
Not in the past,
Absolutely.
but now, yeah.
He's had experience. He started at Ajax,
Yeah.
one of the best youth academies in the world.
Yeah.
He started there, went to PSG.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Multiple champions.
Yeah.
You watch him he was everywhere for a while.
Yeah. Fenerbahce,
Fenerbahce.
big Turkish team, and last season he was at Cagliari
Yeah.
in Italy.
And then he's played not his whole career, but most of his career with the Dutch national team.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. Solid player. That's a great bit of business from Toronto, how they did that.
Well, I know he wanted to end up, he was talking, Toronto is a place where he said he wanted to live, wanted to go.
Interesting.
He went to a couple Raptors games. I think we talked about it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he signs with Toronto. That'll be an interesting one. He's old, but he's a good player.
Yeah, solid player.
Yeah.
And it's already a good team.
Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't. Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't lose anybody.
No.
They made a couple, minor transfers or whatever, but there were no big transfers coming out of Toronto. Which, if you're making room for a player like him, it seems like you have to let one go almost in the MLS. Well done by them. It was a big signing.
Yeah, somehow they got better.
Yeah.
That's just scary.
Yes. I'm excited to see LAFC next year.
That'll be another good team.
That's going to be a dangerous team. Obviously, they got Latif and Benny from us.
Yep. Carlos Vela.
Carlos, how did Carlos Vela? He's still, he's another player. He's, 27, 28 years old. Mexican national team. He played in the Premier League, then he played in La Liga, starts for Real Sociedad.
Yeah, and then he just says he's
to
leaving.
LAFC and what could be like the top of his career.
Yeah.
That's big for LAFC.
And then they go and bring in Lawrence Zeman.
Yeah.
I don't know how to always say his last name, but
Belgian national player.
played
Left Montreal. now is at LAFC. I mean, he played, not only was on the roster, but played on the Belgian national team with the likes of Vincent Kompany, Jan Vertonghen, Toby Alderweireld, in that back line.
Yeah. Well, he's a versatile player.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
he can play. I think he played outside back for him a couple of games, but he's a true center back.
Yeah.
Big, athletic. I mean, he is a great player.
Ball,
Yeah,
power ball.
So LAFC is going to be.
Yeah.
And they have Bob Bradley.
Brad Bobley.
another power ball.
Another power ball.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
There's too many of
Benny,
them.
shave your head, please.
But yeah, that'll be an interesting. There's going to be some good teams next year. Sporting's going to have to step up.
Yeah. I mean, they've stepped up.
We should be.
Yeah, transfer window actually finally going out for some decent
Yeah.
players.
I
MLS is stepping the game up as a whole.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
Yeah. Well, we got probably 2 to 3 more players to talk about. Sasha Christian.
Yeah, that's a just
So,
experienced player.
yeah, and he was playing well last year with
Yeah.
New York, and then
U.S. national team shots, and
then now he's going to Orlando.
could be to fill in for that for Kaká.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know.
Yeah, that's another interesting one. He's I'm not really sure. It was a trade for 2 players that I'd never heard of, so they're probably just young guys that are wanting a shot. Slash Collection's aging, you know. He's not old yet, but he's
getting there.
Yeah, he's not quite in his prime anymore. So I don't know. I feel like it's a good pickup for Orlando, whether he starts or is kind of there as backup, like second string just in case, or somebody gets hurt. He's a good player to put in instead. Then big news, Jack Harrison.
Yeah.
I mean, from day one when he was at New York City, I liked him a lot.
Yeah, he's a great player.
He's a good player, and he was in the England U19s.
Yeah.
He, very, very promising player.
Yeah.
And Man City also called him up from New York and loaned him out immediately to Middlesbrough, who
Which will be.
they're struggling a bit this year, but that's still
Yeah.
great experience, and he seems like the type of player who will come in, actually play,
Yeah.
and make a bit of an impact on the team.
The thing with him though is he disappears at times, and you can't go to City. I mean, he's not going to play for City.
Yeah, he's not going to play for City.
But Middlesbrough, you can't go to these places and disappear and expect just to, like New York City,
Yeah.
you could disappear for a couple games. They're not going to bring in another, they're not going to sub you out. You're one of the best players on the team. Yeah. But if you go over there, I mean, Middlesbrough.
You're out.
Yeah, so there'll just be another guy.
We saw that with Kai.
Yeah, Kai.
Kamara went over there and, had a couple good games.
Yeah,
rough
really
start, couple good games. Didn't quite make it.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, sorry. It's not quite working. They pulled him, he only played about half the season, and, most of them were coming on as subs or just didn't quite make it there. Yeah. It's a different type of game.
Yeah.
It's just a different type of game.
But yeah, he'll be interesting to follow, and hopefully he can do something.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then
a
weird.
Yeah.
This is a weird situation. Kyle Larin.
Yeah. A lot of drama with this one.
He's wanted out for a while.
I still don't even understand the full situation.
Yeah. So he wanted out from Orlando, and there was an option in his contract that said at any time the option could be exercised and he's gone.
Yeah.
So he went to Besiktas, who is in the round of 16 in the Champions League.
Yeah, and
that's a big team to play for. Yeah. They're always solid, and he's playing with the likes of Quaresma and massive players.
Yeah.
Pepe. Yeah, Pepe's there now, and it's so weird because
I don't know if I'll play.
Well, the whole thing was the option. Besiktas and Kyle Larin interpret it as he has the option to leave whenever, cut ties. But Orlando said, no, it's for us to say that. And so there was all this legal drama, and there was all this saying,
Orlando was ready to sue.
If Besiktas went after him, they were going to sue, and Kyle Larin got upset because he didn't want to be there anymore. Obviously, if you're going to go somewhere like Besiktas...
Well, if you don't want to be there, while playing.
Yeah,
last year.
Despite doing well.
Yeah.
Having a good season and not wanting to be there. Last season, it really reminded me of Sissoko for France at the Euros.
Yeah.
He's not playing for Orlando. He's playing for a transfer.
Yeah.
And, I mean, for Sissoko, Spurs signed him for $30 million and has done nothing. but he got out.
Yeah.
Is the big thing. And that's what he was. I think that's what Kyle
He got
Lammers
out,
wanted.
and another player who might not do anything.
Yeah,
They
absolutely.
just signed
Especially in a team like that.
Wagner Love, who
Yeah.
was also in the Turkish Super League and was one of the top goal scorers this year.
Yeah.
And they already have, such a good team. And you're, I don't know.
It's a weird,
mind-blowing.
dramatic situation. I think
He might.
Orlando, it was still disputed, but it seems like Orlando accepted it just a couple days ago, even,
Yeah.
and they said, all right, we're disappointed, don't want to do this, but you're gone. Which means time for your boy, Dom Dwyer,
That's
to
true.
come and shine in Orlando.
But another weird one is, so they get rid of Laren, and earlier we were talking about, who was it? Somebody went to Sasha Klishkin. Yeah,
Yeah.
Carlos Rivas is another striker, and they just get rid of him. So now they're stuck with Dom, and
Question, I guess, if he plays up there
but he plays,
time to
he
time.
plays like an
he
attacking.
plays second mid.
So
Yeah, I'm
I mean,
not sure who they have.
it's a weird. It's gonna be a
I mean,
weird.
even Kaká played up top.
Yeah. So
Huh.
we'll see what Dom.
Yeah.
Anything,
Dom playing every game, not
Yeah.
getting hurt. All their money on Dom.
And Dom, after he left Sporting, didn't do much.
Yeah.
He played a couple, what was it, 6 or 7
Yeah, it
games?
was towards the end of the season.
So where he didn't
yeah.
score or have an assist. He finally started, I think, picking it back up. But
That could have been a lot of things. Leaving a team
That's
mid-season,
true.
trying to get used to.
but he's used to the
himself.
culture there. The Orlando. He played for Orlando
That's
for
true.
multiple
Yeah,
years. So
yeah.
it's, he's used to their culture. He's used to the environment.
I mean, but
But
he has been at Sporting a while.
But
It could have just been
yeah.
it didn't click
That's
again. Now, it probably doesn't take long for him to get reaccustomed to that style.
But even with the U.S. national, he scored, I guess, a couple goals.
Yeah,
but he never really broke back into the
No.
Dom that was at Sporting.
Yeah.
And it was a better team there.
Yeah.
Not we played better as a team, but attacking-wise, Kaká
Yeah.
and Kyle Larin, you're going to get more opportunities as a
Absolutely.
striker
Yeah.
than a Benny and
Yeah.
a Shallowy, who's
Yeah.
still not even,
Yeah,
still
half
too
the...
young.
Yeah, you can add 2 of our players
Yeah.
up and get Kaká's age. So, that was a very interesting situation. We'll see. Dom Dwyer might pick it up this year, but
Yeah.
who knows?
Last one.
The last guy we want to talk about, Magnus Eriksson. This is, not really a weird one, but it's a player not many people know.
Yeah.
Played for, I don't really know how to say the name. It's
Djurgårdens.
Gardens, and he's going to San Jose. And he was the leading Swedish
That's
league
big.
goal scorer last year. Yeah,
That's big.
and San Jose is really valuing this guy. They're hoping to have the 2-headed monster with Wando
Yeah.
and
Magnus.
Magnus.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's played for Malmo, Brøndby.
That's where Zlatan
Yeah.
came from, so that says
He's
anything.
played for a lot of good teams.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see. San Jose is another team that kind of disappears, but
Yeah.
they're a good team.
Yeah, they've had Wando for
yeah, well,
how long,
yeah.
but they seem to kind of go in and out. You hear about them every now and then, but
Yeah.
one of those MLS teams that kind of just, oh yeah, we're playing San Jose this week.
Yeah. But overall, I think Sporting could have had one of the best transfer windows I've ever
Yeah.
seen.
Absolutely.
One-
Really well.
Last year we struggled. We were about mid-table.
Mhm.
Still made the playoffs, losing early though.
Yeah.
We knew we needed change. I think if we had a healthy Melia going into the playoffs and doing not losing the last couple games. It's a different situation, but
still, the team did need this.
We need the attacking force.
Yep.
Even when we had Dom, we weren't. We didn't. He still didn't provide that like score every game. He didn't have the goal scorer mentality that we need.
Yeah.
We brought in a couple guys that should help.
Yeah, absolutely.
We still, in my opinion, need to bring in another. I don't know if Rubio will be able to consistently give us a full year of
that's true
goal scoring, but overall, I mean, there's only a couple teams. I mean, you could say LAFC obviously is a new team, so anybody they bring in is going to be.
They brought in a lot. So,
but yeah, they brought in a lot of good players.
Yeah.
Atlanta brought in. I mean, Nagby alone is very good.
Solid.
The Galaxy brought in a lot of experienced players, a lot of good players.
Yeah.
But I would say we've had a better. We could be top 3 right now in the. I guess transfer.
I agree.
situation.
I think we definitely needed it too, and we've needed it for a while.
Yeah,
I think, and Sporting has finally done something about it. Still no big designated player. That probably won't happen in Kansas City.
No, it's hard.
Yeah, it's hard to attract players.
The Johan and the Gutierrez are
big signings.
Big signings. I mean, might not be the big designated player at the
like a LA
or
New York
Dos Santos or a Vea or I don't know. Those are the type of guys, but yeah, it's a big player.
Yeah.
Not many people could say like Gutierrez that they won a Copa.
Yeah. Not the Euros.
played in a World Cup. Played for Chile. Played all around the world.
Yeah.
Won a Most Valuable Player award in a great league in the Eredivisie.
Great player.
Amazing signing.
I'm excited for Sporting season.
Yeah.
Excited. I'm excited more than anything to see who's going to start.
Yeah.
First game of the year. In our first video or podcast, we had that prediction lineup.
But now it's.
I mean, we only brought in 1 or 2 more players, but now there's a lot of questions.
I'd like to think I somewhat know, hopefully, the keeper, the 2 center backs.
Yeah.
And I think Susi will be a right back.
Susi.
But we even talked about Seth being out left.
It's a bit of a weak spot in the team.
People are, I know in the comments and everything, people are talking about Jimmy. We like to see Jimmy get field. But Seth, Jimmy, I don't know. We already have questions here. But then you get into the 3 center mids. That is a crazy situation.
Well, especially if you take into account Jimmy playing there as
you
well.
Jimmy there. We've got loads and loads of.
I mean, so we got Ilie, Roger, Johan, Jimmy.
Ilie, Roger, Johan, Jimmy,
Gutierrez. So that's 5 players who can start right there. 5 good options.
Guys like Musa that played with Swope Park last year, who had a good campaign or so far in preseason with Sporting. Got a lot of guys. Everything above
Lobato,
Lobato can play in the midfield.
Everything above the back line, minus the left back, but everything above that back line it's all contested.
Yeah,
it's all players I'd like to see Gutierrez and Ilie both starting.
Yeah,
because the way Ilie played last year and
if you could play, I don't want Roger to be on the bench, but he could be that spark off the bench guy that you need.
Yeah. The only problem is he's a workhorse.
Yeah.
He just does not stop all game, so it's tough to lose that type of player in your team.
And then even the wingers. We brought in a couple wingers. Kyrie Shelton could play up top, could play wing.
Shallowy up top, right wing. Rubio up top, Jerso. Even Jimmy, the most versatile player on the field.
Jimmy
Ike with another bike.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll just have to see. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. This is a good transition to next week. What we'll be covering more preseason.
Starts back up the 14th.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll have a little to go off of. I'm pretty positive, at least last year, they live streamed the games and they're up on YouTube. So we'll actually be able to watch a little of it and, tell you guys what. Not
give a recap and do all that.
This weekend we have Sweat Park. We'll be cold, but we'll be there.
We'll be there.
We're there.
Support the
see
boys.
a couple of you guys there. And then next week we want to kind of, I don't know if you guys saw, but the new training facility just opened.
Yeah.
Looks very nice.
Yeah.
We'll kind of talk about that, what that could do for supporting the U.S. national team and
absolutely
the city of Kansas City. But yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
This week, Seamus here again with Ian and Christian, Blue Hell TV. We'll see you next week.